Everyone. Today we'll discuss the key steps in a workday business process. They are initiate, approval, resend, correction, reassignment, and deny. These actions define how transactions flow in workday and how HR teams control data accuracy. The first step is initiate, which is very first step where a user triggers a business process, usually done by a worker, manager, or HR partner, depending on security permissions. A manager starts the hire process by entering new employee details. Key point: without initiate, no process can begin. Approval: a checkpoint where an assigned user or role reviews and approves the process. Detail: approval ensures compliance with organizational policies. For example, a change job requires approval from HR and finance. Key point is without approval, the process can't move forward. Cancel, which means stops a business process that is in progress but not completed. Detail: only certain users with security can cancel. Example: if the wrong candidate was selected during hire, the process can be cancelled before completion. Resend: undo a business process that has already been completed. Very useful when a completed transaction was made in error. For example, an employee was terminated by mistake. HR resends the termination so the worker record stays active. Correction: modify details of a completed transaction without undoing the whole process. Detail used for fixing small mistakes like wrong effective dates or position titles. For example, if a hire date was entered as July 1st instead of July 10th, HR can correct it. Reassignment: moving a pending task to another user ensures work doesn't get stuck when someone is unavailable. For example, if a HR partner is out of office, their pending approval task can be reassigned to another HR partner. Deny, which means rejects a business process request. The process ends immediately and no further action is taken. For example, a manager submits a compensation change that violates budget rules, approver can deny it. Let's understand this. Initiate, approval, initiate, approval, deny, or cancel. Cancel, approval to reassignment, and then to correction. This is completed step, which is the process begins with initiate, where a request is created. It then goes to approval, which acts as a checkpoint to review and confirm the request. At this stage, tasks can be reassigned if the original approver is unavailable. If the request is not valid, it can be denied or cancelled. Denied or cancelled. If everything is correct, the process moves to completed step. Even after completion, Workday gives flexibility with resend. Resend option is here. Which undergoes the process and correction, which allows fixing small errors. Let's see what are the interview questions. What is the difference between cancel and resend in Workday? A cancel is used when a business process is still in progress and not yet completed, while resend is used to undo a process that has already been completed. When would you use correction instead of resend? Use correction when only minor details need to be fixed in a completed transaction, like a date or job title. Use resend when the entire transaction needs to be undone, such as a mistakenly processed termination. What happens when a business process is denied? The process stops immediately, no further steps are triggered, and the transaction is not completed. Why is reassignment important in business process? Reassignment ensures tasks don't get stuck. For example, if the original approver is on leave, the task can be moved to another authorized person to keep the workflow moving. Like managers. If manager is not available, the managers can approve the request from the employee. What role does initiate play in a business process? Initiate is the starting point. Without initiation, the process doesn't exist. It captures the request and triggers the workflow. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video on Workday business process steps. I hope this explanation of business process steps was very helpful for your learning. If you found this useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.